It took me a lot to want to share this video. I'm going to be completely honest. I feel like social media is very heavy at times. It can make you feel like you don't belong. It can make you feel like you need to assimilate. There's just a lot that happens with social media that can make you put limitations on yourself. But I realized that I have to share my story because as much as I may have fear about whatever someone might expect based on a title or a thumbnail. I have something I want to share that I think might help someone else. And so I'm going to share it anyways. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Lisa, and I've been making videos on YouTube for a while. We won't say what year, but I started off making videos about my hair. And it gradually changed from there. I started adding some personal content. And most recently, after big chopping and seeing that I needed to have a lot more trial and error before I started to share any tips regarding that, I wanted to share more of my personal journey. So that's more of my life, more of my family, more of me. And most recently, I've been having this healing journey that I'm sure much of us are going through. And it caused me to do a lot of reflection because if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I found myself in like a loop of negativity, like literally waking up in the morning and thinking, oh my God, another day. Like if it's not another day, then what is it? Of course I want another day. I just have to look at it differently. So most recently, I have started to evaluate my life from a different perspective. Where am I and how did I get here? A long time ago, I worked at a school. I was a career counselor, and there was a student who had left like this big time job on the strip. She was a director or a producer on one of the biggest shows on the strip, and she was making really good money. I was definitely interested to find out what was making her want to change into such a different field. She wanted to transition into massage therapy. She said she basically wanted a life that was day to day more spiritual and more peaceful, which I can definitely understand. She went on to share what inspired her change, and it was a DVD. It was called The Secret. The Secret is basically a movie documentary style all about manifestation, law of attraction. That's literally The Secret. And if you haven't seen it, I believe it's on Netflix, so you should definitely take a look. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie to put a shift in your perspective and maybe give you a different outlook on your abilities. Overall, what it does is it kind of tells you how you can start to actively make changes in your life, just shifting the way that you think about things. Obviously, a lot of us are going to do things in a way that we've already seen them done. I mean, I think we all learn from experiences that are kind of handed down to us, the way we've been raised, the people around us. And sometimes just those things alone become the limitations that we give ourselves unintentionally. What this movie did for her was open her eyes to different ways to kind of do life. So she offered to bring it in. She brought it in and I watched it and I was hooked. You guys, she wanted that movie back because she watched it every other day just to keep her own vibrations really high. And I was like, oh, okay, no problem. I brought it right back to her. But I was like, I loved this movie so much and it was so inspiring to where I went to go buy one. And I kid you not, in the plaza that I worked in, 2 doors down, not a DVD store or anything like that, they sold it. They sold the DVD. So I literally gave it to her, walked outside of the office, and went to buy it myself. And I've been hooked ever since. I think that my goal here is not so much to share just my story. My goal is to show you how much you can change things too. And it's not easy. And it does take practice. And you do have to be intentional about finding your inspiration to stay in this place. I hope that makes sense. I really, really hope that makes sense. This video, I'm going to share with you a little bit about my own journey so that you can see how it works. I know a lot of times we don't really believe things unless we see them for ourselves. And I'm not saying my life is my dream life by a long shot, not now, anyways. I think that what I have now is exactly what I imagined years ago. It's what I manifested. And I'm not mad about it. I'm very, very proud of my ability to stick with the ideas that I had in my mind. I'm not going to get into too many specifics, but after watching the DVD, which is, like I said, about manifestation and law of attraction, and in a big picture, it's about being positive, being grateful for what you do have, having a clear picture of what you want, but not the desire of wanting. You have to feel like you already have it. And then you have to let it go. You have to let it go and allow it to come to you. You have to take inspired action. The moment that you start to have feelings of doing the things that speak to who you are, you have to do it. So I started by doing a vision video. In the DVD, The Secret, they do vision boards, but I don't know why I wanted to do a vision video. So I did a vision video. I added all kinds of images and things of what I wanted. And then I let that video kind of do the talking, so to speak. I watch it every now and then just so that I feel really good because it made me feel good. And before I knew it, I was no longer thinking about the video, but those vibrations and the feelings, they stayed. I went from there to eventually creating what you're looking at now. And this is my vision shoebox. I made this shoebox in probably 2013, I think. 2013. And I want to say about, let's say 75% of what's in this box, I have it. It came to me. I experienced it. I'm here. I'm in that manifestation right now. And it seems weird sometimes when I think about it because it's something that I did believe, but when you see it manifest in front of you, it is definitely something that it takes you back a little bit. It can make you have a realization about the possibilities. And as you get older and as you learn and as life comes at you and as you go at life, your wants and dreams and desires will continue and they'll transform. And I think that the best thing about this is it's a cycle. You just keep going. You just keep going. I had to let it go though. And I think that's one of the biggest things. I had to let it go. I didn't think about this stuff every single day. It wasn't a thought every day. I did not wish for it. I went after opportunities as I saw fit. Anything that popped up that I didn't feel any resistance to, I went for it. Anything that felt right, I went for it. And I was apprehensive and hesitant to share this because I don't want to be judged because of my wants and needs back in 2013. You know, I didn't want to be judged by these wants or desires, I should say. But you know what? I don't care. Somebody somewhere is judging me anyways. So what difference does it make if it makes someone understand just how capable they are of creating the life that they want, making things happen that they've only dreamed of? It really just starts with you shifting your perspective and how you look at life. Just because whatever your experience has been so far, wherever you are right now, and however you grew up, or however anyone is living around you right now, you have the power to do whatever you want to do. Like you really, really do. And I believe that. And I'm not saying that every day is like peaches and rainbows, because it's definitely not. I have to find the good moments to put myself back in so that I can vibrate in nothing but positivity. So lastly, I want to mention that it doesn't mean that life is all easy and sweet and everything looks like rainbows and it's just no hardships, because the things that I've been through since then are are what built my character. And I mean that in the deepest way. Like, I have come from so low lows that I am blessed and I'm amazed in myself. So it does not mean that hard times won't come. But what it does mean is if you are intentional about the future that you want, then that will come too. Anyways, thank you for coming and watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.